Hello guys, bringing you the bottom patty in this Big Mac that is my week. Now, I don't actually know who I played in this video. I'm gonna leave it a question mark in the title until I figure out who it was, because I guess this was the last game I had from a stream a while back, and I remembered that I had a good game, so I backed it up, but I don't remember who it was against. So, it's a Yu-Yu match, that's all I can really tell you about it, and it was a pretty interesting one, you know, with MVP being Empoleon. So, I kind of want to bluff that I'm a Scarf Flygon, but that's not going to work against an Ambipom because, number one, I won't like taking the fake out. Number two, he'll see that I have lefties and I'm not Scarfed and can just act on that accordingly. So I decided to go out into my my Empoleon to take the hit. Now this is I think this is a max HP, max Spec D Empoleon, and it's got, you know, Stealth Rock and I think Yawn, which is why I called it Decaf. You know, you set up the rocks and then makes you sleepy and stuff. So in comes this, what I think is a Charizard at the moment. You saw that he had a Zoroark in the team preview. Now the thing is that, you know, Zoroark's and Charizard's move pools are kind of similar in that they both get Focus Blast and Flamethrower, so it's a good bluff to be making, not necessarily good for strategy, but it hides it pretty well. I mean, I thought it was a Charizard the whole time. He misses 2 Focus Blasts, which is pretty fucking unfortunate if you ask me. I'm definitely thinking that I could have taken 1 easily. I'm not too sure about 2. But I did Yawn on the previous turn, and then, you know, I'm just gonna Scald it a couple times. And it just means I'm fresh and, you know, good to go for the next thing. And it also means that because I took out the Zoroark, I'm able to put something else to sleep. So, looking pretty good. I mean, the thing that set up rocks is actually doing some work. So, in comes a Dusclops, and I'm like, alright, I don't think I have Toxic on this team. So, I'm just gonna try to put this guy to sleep and then, you know, try to chip away at him. But he burns me. Not that big a deal since I do have a lot of HP at this point, and, you know, I'm just looking for a good opportunity, like something decent to force me out, but I'm not really seeing anything that's going to immediately force me out. It's almost like he came completely unprepared for Empoleon. But I go for another Yawn on the switch, actually predicting him to switch. Now, I can keep yawning as much as I want, as long as he actually, that's the thing about Yawn. It doesn't break Sleep Claws as long as something actually goes to sleep. So he keeps switching around right now. And right now, I kind of go out on a whim, and I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking go for the Ice Beam. I really want to say I predicted that happening, but I didn't. Oh my lord, how I wanted to take credit for it in this moment. But no, I literally just picked Ice Beam, and I had no reason to go for it, too. Because, you know, I could have gone for the Scald, and that could have been, like, his only... Actually, he doesn't even resist water. He's neutral to it. So, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking go for the Ice Beam. And in comes Flygon. Take that thing out in one shot. Now, what he didn't reveal to me before, and he probably should have gone for earlier, was, you know, that his Ambipom has low kick. I guess he was waiting for me to be at a lower range of health, because you can see that the low kick didn't take it out. And because of that, you know, I hit him with a Torrent Boosted Scald. And that is going to be the end of that Ambipom. And special defensive Empoleon getting 2 kills. 3 kills, actually, if you count the Zoroark. That was a little bit of a stroke of luck there. Now, the best thing I can hope to do on this Dusclops is go for a Torrent Boosted Scald, see how much it does. If I get a burn, great. If I don't, you know, it's not the end of the world. Fortunately, you know, I do happen to get a burn, and he goes for the Trick Room knowing that I will die at the end of this turn. So, I've kind of got, you know, my foot in a bad position the instant I die. I don't really remember what I do about it, but it's a burn Dusclops, and, I mean, I'm not really going to be too threatened by it at all. So, I decided to go into my Zapdos. I think this is like the only video that I've used this Zapdos in, but it's a Life Orb, you know, fully offensive set. I think it's just Timid Life Orb with 4 moves. So this T-Bolt is going to do a pretty decent amount despite the fact that he just Pain Split me. Looking 40, 45%, something like that. That burn's really helping right now too. So he decides to go for Pain Split, doesn't get as much back this time because he already took back a lot of my health, and I'm just going to go for the Roost and basically stall out his Trick Room to the point where 2 Thunderbolts will probably do the job. When does Trick Room wear off? I forget if it's this turn or the next turn. So he decides to go for the Will-O-Wisp, get some passive damage. Not really caring too much because if I go for the T-Bolt right now, then if it doesn't take him out, the burn damage at the end of the turn will. So I would have just kept Pain Splitting right there. But Life Orb and Burn are going to add up pretty badly, so I don't really want to stay in here too much. But he decides to go out into Nidoking, and I'm like, alright, you know, I might as well just switch out because I don't really have any business being in here, especially if he decides to go for an Ice Beam. Now, he does go for an Ice Beam. I think this is a regular Mamoswine, which is Snow Cloak as opposed to anything else, and that still does a really, really big chunk. But Trick Room wears off. I still don't know whether or not he's faster than me because I don't know what kind of Nidoking he's running. I'm thinking he still is under, you know, any circumstance if you tend to run Timid with Life Orb. Get a crit there on the Ice Shard. I really want to say that mattered. I mean, it is stab and everything, but Nidoking is only 2 times weak to me. So, he does have a Charizard, which is going to take half from rocks, and it's pretty much the end of the game at this point. I'm just going to Ice Shard. If this doesn't kill it off, I do have an Alakazam lying in the wings, and I'm pretty sure Alakazam could have also taken an unstab hit from Nidoking and retaliated back with the Psychic. So, even though the Ice Shard did take it out with a crit, I think I do have a couple other pokes that can handle it as well. So, turns out, you know, he's got some... What the hell did he hit me with that had recoil on it? Was that Flare Blitz, or what the fuck? Anyways, Alakazam Psychic, definitely going to finish it off from that range, and that is his last poke. So that is going to be the end of the game. It was a very short one. But I kind of want to save these short games for days that I stream, just so, you know, I don't put too much stress on my computer. And, you know, just nice little short game for Thursday. You probably got better things to do, like go out, finish your Christmas shopping. God knows I haven't done that, and I really need to work on that. But I had some videos coming up on the weekend. I just finished recording the 3rd episode of Penumbra, for those of you that are going to be asking. It's a long fucking episode, so I'm going to upload it on Saturday, in case you're bored on Saturday. Let me see. Tournament video tomorrow. Also TCGO tomorrow. I'll see about getting anything else up, but that's what I have on the plate at the moment. And that should do it out of me. I will see you guys probably on Friday or Saturday. See ya.